Ladies and gentlemen, I send in this information to many parts. Do you receive this information tonight? Because the space God want to bring in this attack from space from 2020 to February, which is God want to charge in the government of Canada under this investigation to bring in their country under my investigation for crime of their police behind my future and crime of their rcmp and the crime of the Canadian Security Service, because I understand behind me Canada doing now many crime. This information must go to many part to receive that. God want to send into you USA government, you are under serious, very serious investigation because of Canada crime, according to this man. He will bring in earthquake to Washington DC. According to this person here, he want government of Canada, their system behind my life, which is what Canada doing behind my life. I don't know what they're doing, but very crime, criminal and negative behind my value and behind my future. This information, God want to go to many parts to receive this information. God will release in a space attack, ladies and gentlemen, from February, because Canada did cause many tens of thousands crime behind my future by their police. I can feel that what they doing behind my future. So behind wherever I go, whatever I did so far, they watching me. Soon as I want to go forward in the internet, they did blocking me. Canada team did from RCMP and their police, casting that. And God want to send into many parts, especially to you Chinese government, you be in trouble. If you don't stand up by united by Russia government to bring in your side in Canada to investigation to government of Canada for their police crime, for their RCMP and their hands. I don't know how many hands they have behind my future, what they do. So far, I did not go forward beside Canada, ladies and gentlemen, crime negative behind my future. The cost, which is God want to bring to news world. Many people receive that government of Canada coming under my investigation for investigation to their police in the city I am, to their head office in Ottawa, their capital city, by a space come to bring in government of Canada under this investigation. What the police did behind my future so far, what they do negative. I can see that, I can feel that Canada doing crime, and God know 100% God want to raise in the space attack for third war because of crime of this country Canada. I bring into many parts, ladies and gentlemen, to you receive that this information. If United States government, according to the God, not standing up and basically attacking Canada finally, because third war is gonna come. If you believe in Turkey being hit here, let me bring it to you here. If you believe in Turkey government has been hit not long ago, just few days ago, you must believe God want to release the third war. And this third war coming to bring many parts under this investigation, because God want to bring third war to bring in the government of Canada under police, under RCMP, under breaking world news, what their country did behind my future, behind me basically. Many hands, many connection, and many crime. I bring into you, ladies and gentlemen, this information coming on the news, and Turkey earthquake come on the news. God want to bring this information in the international world news to bring in Canada police and the RCMP and the international courts. God want government of Canada coming on the international court news to investigation to their police what they did behind me for basically even now. This information going, ladies and gentlemen, to many parts. God want to bring third war according to a space God side, God released in third war because of crime of Canada, what they do and what they do costing behind me. Any connection I go connecting other people, they costing interruption and they coming after me and they costing basically control, quality my situation. And when they know that they do crime, I don't do crime. Canada know that the police doing crime behind me and by RCMP department criminal behind me costing crime. They know that already they do crime. I don't do crime. But even that, they follow me step by step from neighborhood, they send outside behind me from many parts. So my life has been completely crashed down. I don't basically honestly I don't care about Karashtan or not Karashtan. But God know that I am going to bring this to your government Canada. My message to you police inside the Canadian inside your city, BC Vancouver, and your RCMP. This is my message to you. You coming on the international courts under my investigation for 700,000 Terrelon I want from your government Canada before I let your police and your RCMP walk one step forward from February in this month right now. Because I want lawsuit against your department, Canada, police and your RCMP in the city I am, to special to those city I came. I want bring your department on the international world news. I want investigation to your country, mister. You do your crime, whatever you like to do. You do your way. I bring into your country this way. What is going to happen into your country? Ladies and gentlemen, according to this man here, God want to release the third war to the United States, Washington, D.C. by 9.7 earthquakes coming to you, Joe Biden. For this crime of Canada, black culture was behind the subject and costing me, you can see in the Instagram event, in the Instagram crime by hand of Canada, to what is up my cell phone, too many virus black culture puts from Obama team by hand of Canada again, by hand of this department under police, under ASEM to not I go forward. Ladies and gentlemen, God want to bring in 8.9.3 to 9.7 earthquake to Washington DC to bring in government of Canada. Why United States did not bring investigation to Canada and attacking Canada by Russia government? God asking here today. Why you did not attack Canada when you received that their police, I can say few hundred, order RCMP do crime behind my future? How come you did not raise an attack to the Canada? This question coming from you White House and House of Congress. When I did work for your country, you did nothing for God mission or for me. So this information going to the world news, ladies and gentlemen, to Russia government must raise by China before China be attacked. They are responsible, according to God, raising action against the Canada to bring their police under RCMP under emergency under my investigation, because God know that this war I am going to bring, because my case in Canada will cause in this war happening in few days from February, even not few days, in soon. God released in a storm, ladies and gentlemen, by coming by 7 TUSNAMI to bring in Canada police and their Canadian Security Service and their RCMP under my investigation for 700,000 Terrelon. I am charging government of Canada for crime of their police and their RCMP behind my future. So this information going to you via Joe Biden to know that 9.7 to 9.3 earthquake be released for black culture costing. Even what I have, I lose because of black culture. You give job behind them, my future, which is the person come here. They send a message for me. President Joe Biden want to give you money, and United States CIA must know that this is fake or this is right. So they should not allow people coming acting like that. Besides that, my account, Canada freeze my account bank because they told this money was a fake. United States black culture costing basically this to my case. And I am sending to you Joe Biden. God want to bring Washington DC on the attack. This information to you, Joe Biden, to know that third war, this man told, I send it to you right now tonight because of crime of Canada police and their rcmp behind my future even now. Wherever I go, whatever I do, from neighborhood to house, to the other side, behind me. So God want this, you receive that Joe Biden, third war coming by space attacking Washington DC by 9.7 earthquakes, to bring in US Navy and CIA department and FBI department on the completely blackouts in United States. Why they did not attack in Canada when they know that Canada do crime behind my future border police and their RCMP and their, especially their Canadian Security Service behind this page. You can see that here. What they do to my page here, you can see that. This is not here. This is the angel. But when I raise in here, you can see what they bring in here. What is this? Ladies and gentlemen, Government of Canada coming on the world breaking news by angel of the God one bring Canada police and the international courts in the Canada by 7 tsunami I raising from space to bring in attack to the government of Canada, to bring in their police under my investigation in the city I am to the city outside I came from. This information going to the many part to receive that government of Canada, according to this man, being charged for 700,000 trillion to bring into the international world court news. They receive that they are going to, God will, release the third war to Canada, to their capital city, Ottawa, which is happening before Great Fire destroyed their capital city, and is coming by tsunami 8.7 to their country. To bring in this operation, there was behind my future on the international court, on the news world can receive that Canada did crime behind my future, and I was right when I send the YouTube news. This information got one final going to do Chinese government and United States government to know that if China you not stand up and attacking Canada by Russia government, completely bringing third war, I can say to you, before Canada carrying on longer, because risk is the biggest war ever happening in the history. Canada will cause by space coming to attack, because I want to investigation to their police in Canada and to their RCMP and to their Canadian Security Service by 7 tsunami I bring to your country. This message to you, Mr. Your police and your RCMP, I want to investigation to your department in Canada by 7 tsunami to your capital city. I am going to bring you Canadian police and RCMP and your security in Canada on the breaking world news to bring you at the courts under my investigation, Mr. So this information going to many parts. If I am false person, I cannot bring tsunami to your country. If I am right person, my information in the YouTube can receive that. If I am right person and your police is the criminal, they did crime behind my future, tsunami is coming to happening to your country. Which is, ladies, you must believe your team, this is not one tsunami according to this man. You must prepare for 7 biggest tsunami ever seen in the history. God want to release into your country to bring you your police and your RCMP under my investigation for 700,000 trillion I want from your Canada police and your RCMP. Before I let, most important you watch this, before I let your government building walk away, Mr. Before I let your country walk away from this investigation, I want to bring to your country. Before I let your police walk away, finally, before I bring your government Canada under this 7th tsunami, before your country, before your government walk away, your police must come under my investigation, and your RCMP for 700,000 Tere loan I am charging you tonight, because I can feel that, I can understand that you are many thousand crime behind my future you costing so far. Ladies and gentlemen, God want to release in this attack to the government of Canada about lawsuit about my case, to bring in their country under this investigation, to my investigation raised in the international court. World can receive that, bring in Canada police and RCMP and their Canadian, especially their RCMP and their police on the international courts, because I don't back up from my investigation to your department, sir. Because you must believe I lost $7,000 of billion you cost me damage, RCMP and your police. You must believe I am not going to let you walk away. Your country must come on the investigation. World can receive you did crime behind my future. I bring to your country TUSNAMI and destroying your government building parliaments. Which one is more important? Your crime you did behind me, I am left behind my future, or your parliament building, all the building be destroyed by TUSNAMI 8.7 earthquakes? Which one is more powerful? Your way or my way? I bring into you Canada team on the biggest tsunami ever was seen in the history. One country been under attack by God's side, and bring in freeze your country to unable, as happened in snow, big snow in your country came, there was an emergency in your country, nobody was able to travel. I am bringing your country under this investigation, to bring in your police and your RCMP under my investigation for 700,000 loan. I am forcing God for 700,000 loan I want from your country. Ladies and gentlemen, beginning of the end raising to comfort, and God wants us sending to United States, beginning of not to the world, to the Canada. And God sending this information to the Joe Biden to receive that 9.7 earthquake raising to Washington, D.C. from space has been released according to the God, this man here. If you don't raise and attack Canada, God told. Government of Canada must come under attack Joe Biden according to this man. And government of Canada must completely be freeze. And this man told government of Canada must come on the international court. They bring their police on the courts under my investigation and their RCMP for 700,000 trillion dollars got charged in the government of Canada for 7 tsunami today. I send in to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, God released in third war to the United States government, to U.S. government, Joe Biden. According to the God, he was responsible, and I understand black culture crime, they was responsible to not connect Canada, to not let Canada carry on. According to this man, we released in third war Joe Biden from February, God told. This war God released in gentlemen is gonna be biggest tsunami ever was seen in the history coming, according to this man here, to freezing government of Canada under my investigation, and God wants bring Canada completely on the international court news to my investigation raised to their police and to their RCMP for 700,000 terrain from their government before 7 tsunami God raising from February. My message to you, Canada team, you are under my investigation. And I will promise to you, I will bring your police and your RCMP on the court, international court, by first tsunami I raising from space to bring into your capital city, Ottawa, which is according to this man, your capital city has been destroyed by Great Fire 1900. Here I bring it to you. This coming this time by tsunami. Got one lawsuit against your department as a Canadian Security Service by 8.7 tsunami earthquake to your capital city, Ottawa. But this tsunami coming 7 to your province. To bring in your country, your police, and your RCMP under my investigation courts. Because you don't charge your police, you don't charge your RCMP. This must become international court in the world. They can receive that. Your head office department RCMP coming on the international court to answer who was these people casting crime behind my future. They must have name, they must have department, they must have operation, they must have something in the internet information about me. They cause fake, false information they did send to the other country. So this information must come to you receive that your country coming on the international court Canada by tsunami, first tsunami, to bring in your country under my investigation God wants. On the international court news received that you did crime and I was right, and your country has been attacked and your capital city parliament has been destroyed, your parliament building. My message to you, Canada team, you come in under my investigation very soon, because I am raising tsunami by space for crime of the, I can say 6 years in the BC Vancouver.